Austraeoh by Imploding Colon, read by Deathlight, Chapter 179, Moonlight. A thin corridor, framed by several doors in various states of disrepair, led to a shallow chamber that was lit aglow with pale slits of light in random places. Limetech led the two mares along their rocky passageway, far from the torch that center a sanctuary. A hideous chill hung in the air, and particles of dust and ash settled constantly in the alabaster bands of illumination. Rainbow looked up and instantly squinted. The ceiling was porous, and several lengthy slices of dense earth led all the way up to the surface of the ruined world. She had to strain to make out the smoggy sky beyond, but there was no denying the fact that she was seeing the air above Silvadel in all of its desolate glory. Light was seeping through, and it made her heart beat with breathless vigor.
Some of the elders come here to meditate and stuff,
Limetech said.
Is that what you want to do here, Miss Dash? Meditate?
Sure, Limey, something like that. Rainbow Dash slipped off her saddlebag. She kept her eyes locked on the slits of the ceiling the whole time as she positioned the satchels beneath her, stood on it like a stool, and tilted her forward body up so that the pendant got the greatest concentration of the dim glow.
Come on! Come on!
Rainbow? Emberspeak narrowed her eyes from the far side of the chamber. What are you doing?
Shh! I gotta hear!
Hear what?
If you keep a clump on your muzzle, we all might just find out!
Rainbow said with a hissing breath. She lifted the heavy end of the pendant and tilted it towards the ceiling.
Please say there's enough moonlight. Please say there's enough moonlight.
Lime wandered over to Emberspeak, adjusting his goggles and gazing oddly at Rainbow.
Does she keep all of her feathers on the outside?
He remarked while smirking and tapping his own skull. Quiet, Limey. Give her time to do what she needs to. The two gazed at the colorful stranger in their midst. Rainbow stretched on the very tips of her hooves. At any second, she would resort to flapping her wings. The ruby material of her pendant glinted in the gray haze. She slapped it, even shook the holy elements.
Come on, she's an alcorn older than time. There's nothing wrong with her signal. There's gotta be something wrong with you!
She gnashed her teeth.
Yeah, don't make me find some diamond dogs around here to pawn you.
The ruby gem glowed suddenly like a beacon. A red aura surrounded the Pegasus, forcing Emberspeak and Limetech to gasp. When their breath settled down, a ghostly voice majestically took up the space. Rainbow Dash, is that thou which we wreath? Rainbow gasped, her face wrinkled into a smile as planted Euphora.
Oh, princess!
She clenched her eyes shut to make room for her curved lips as she tilted her face up to the pale glow.
You won't believe how frickin' happy I am to have gotten through.
The voice on the other end was distorted, desperately forcing its way through the magical interference from the slim availability of light. We have been immeasurably worried about thy well-being. Wouldst thou have an explanation for thy silent air for the past 2 evenings?
Last 2?
Rainbow Dash stammered. She gazed off towards the side, breathless.
Oh my gosh, have I really lost track of time that badly?
Do not fear us, we are in no mood to rebuke thee. We are simply glad that thou liveth still. Limetech was starting to tremble. Emberspeak placed an assuring hoof on him. The colt leaned in and clung to Ember while the older mare gaped in awe, her ears trained to the event. Hast thou fared well in thy travels?
I guess you could say that.
Rainbow shouted towards the light.
I've been to a small village called Ridgeside. I've seen the country of Ameriline. I ran into Darkstein and butted heads with a bunch of stuffy unicorns who spoke like they had marbles in their mouths and...
Alas, Rainbow Dash, hadst thou come under a powerful enchantment? Rainbow blinked.
Huh? What do you mean?
We sense a divine spirit, an equine soul of great intelligence and power. Not since arcane times hast thou or my sister come across such raw power. Rainbow Dash's eyes searched the broken ceiling of the cavern. At last, she exclaimed,
Oh, you must mean Queen Whitemane. Yeah, really cool mare, a bit touchy-feely in the mental department. But she totally helped give a boost to this pendant. What, does it smell like alicorn or something?
That's quite astonishing. It was not our knowledge that distant relatives of our kind existed outside of Equestria, or beyond the Crystal Kingdom for that matter.
Look, Your Highness, I'm in a really awkward place right now.
Rainbow exclaimed, her voice echoing throughout the dimly lit pocket of rock.
I don't know how much time I've left to chat with you, so I'm gonna ask you something.
Verily.
Have you or Celestia heard of a place called Sylvaidle?
Sylvaidle. Rainbow Dash waited. On the sidelines, the Ember-speaking Limetech waited breathlessly. Ah, Sylvaidle. The place is certainly familiar. It was the title of a civilization built by mortal equines who respected family and the equal appropriation of resources. We remember learning the beauty and the grandeur, but that was several eons ago. We fear that our sister and we have not visited such a landscape since the creation of the world.
To which Rainbow Dash replied, Don't you mean the discovery of it?
Luna's voice was gravely silent for a few moments. What hast thou learned in thy journey, Rainbow Dash?
Rainbow winced. Look, Princess, first things first. Sylvaidle is in ruins. About 100 years ago or so, a bunch of dragons were born here, and it turned the entire place to rubble.
A draconian birthing? Was there a matriarch present?
Yes. Have you heard of such a thing happening?
We are very familiar with the nature of draconian procreation. Such ancient creatures typically gravitate towards large deserts and volcanic regions in order to give birth to their offspring. However, this is the first time we have heard of such an event taking place within range of an equine civilization. Are there any survivors?
Oh, totally. I've landed with a bunch of them.
Rainbow gulped and continued.
It's not a pretty sight, Princess. What's left of Sylvaidlian civilization is holed up in a bunch of caves underground. Their prince goes out to slay dragons. And these aren't friendly flying lizards either. They destroy armies, capture ponies, and burn innocent victims alive. They want to wipe out all ponies from this land. And the Sylvaidlians are doing everything they can to win their home back.
We must declare that such a difficult task is beyond mortal means. If a matriarch hath thus given birth, then there are undoubtedly more dragons in the land of Sylvaidle than there has been in all of Equestria for over 5 centuries. It amazes us that thou art still alive, Rainbow Dash. Surely you and the other ponies do not plan to persist in such an abysmal place for long.
Your Highness,
Rainbow bit her lip, squirmed, and ultimately spoke.
I haven't got much time, so let me ask you something.
Proceed.
Dragons are old, right? But you and Celestia are like way older, isn't that true?
Affirmative.
So these matriarchs, they sound like huge frickin' deals. I can't help but guess that they've been around for about as long as you and your sister.
We can only imagine 5 such draconian beings who could possibly be responsible for the destruction of Sylvaidle. And yes, my sister and we would surely be familiar with them.
Then I think I have an idea.
Rainbow tilted about and gazed at Ember and Limey.
When's the council going to be up?
Ember remarked, trembling. They're usually up pretty early in the morning.
How early?
I know 1 or 2 elders who will be awake in less than an hour. Why?
Rainbow Dash smiled, her teeth glinting in the smallest hint of light.
She turned back towards the holes above.
Princess, hear me out. We could really use your help with something.